And a warm welcome everyone, it's Nick here. Now normally at this stage, if you haven't been paying attention, there'll be a weekly roundup. But as I said before, we're doing that once every 2 weeks now, just to break it up a bit, and hopefully the videos will be a bit more exciting with that break. The last one we did the review on the Death Star. Yes, I know, it's groundbreaking technology here. But we spare no expense here, so if you want to take a look at that, please do. Now this is going to be a Q&A session. Now I was planning to do this once every 2 weeks, but we'll probably do it once every now and again. Yes, so thank you for all the questions here. I got a few that was written on that video beforehand a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to answer all of them because some of them are quite similar, but I've picked, well, most of them really. So let's start at the top here. Well, let's start quite easy and work my way in. The first question is by Hurrah. Well, there's two questions really. It's quite deep this, so how are you doing and how's it going? Well, I'm doing okay really, all said and done. I'm sort of like middling. How's it going? Well, it's the same sort of question really, I think. I'm alright really. I mean, since we started doing this new schedule, I don't feel so rushed off my feet, and I got a bit of extra time to think about stuff. So it's fine, but I seem to be making the same amount of videos roughly, but I've got so much more energy now. I do a 42-hour week at work, so that was taking the best out of me. But we seem to have a good balance now. So thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, that was easy. Next question. Jennifer Aniston asks, why do you keep following me? Well, we'll come back to that one. That isn't that important. Next up, oh, this is a good question by Interghost. Got a few from various people. We'll mix them up a bit. This is from Interghost. He says, "What made you make videos?" Well, that's a good question. I think it was about roughly when I started, because this channel was a bit redundant for a while. We had some non-gameplay, well, we had gameplay videos with no commentary on for a bit, and then suddenly I re-examined it about, well, at 17, 18 months ago, about a year and a half. Essentially what had happened was I got made redundant from my job of about 4 years working at a bank. We won't say which one. And I was a bit of a loss. I mean, I was struggling. I was in between jobs, so I was struggling to find another job. One place which suddenly come good. I was panicking a bit much, but I had redundancy money, so that was fine. But I was getting a bit frustrated. A month was going past, and I was still unemployed. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll re-establish my YouTube channel. I'll make videos, but this time I'll talk over them, and I'll make millions and millions of pounds, and then I'd get rich that way and never have to work again. Now that is an extremely naive view, and I think that's what a lot of people going into YouTube do. They think they make a few videos, they've been viewed by millions of people, they'll put adverts on, and then they'll live the life of luxury. Well, that's not really going to happen unless a miracle occurs. So yeah, so I made quite a lot of videos. I never monetised it because it wasn't that worth it, and to date I still haven't. So I made loads and loads of videos, mainly Amiga ones. The sound quality of the early ones wasn't brilliant, and then I went on to ZX Spectrum as well. I bought myself a microphone, and then the quality went up a little bit, and I've just gradually improved. Well, I think I have anyway. So that's the idea. So that's why I started making videos, for ill-gotten greed really. Another part of this question, which wasn't asked but I'll add to it. So, now you know you're not going to make millions of pounds, why are you still doing it? Well, I'm having a bit of a laugh really, to be honest with you. This isn't an encyclopedia channel, although I will try and give you some details about the game, but essentially it's me messing around if you don't notice. A lot of the games I'm quite poor, although believe it or not I do tend to be, well, try to be at least, quite good, but I'm absolutely hopeless. That's a lie actually, some of them I'm quite good, aren't I? So that's the answer to that question, and that's why I started making videos. Stress really, and unemployment beckoning. Next up, oh, it's Hurrah, he's back again. He asked this time, have you seen the rain? I'm not sure where you're getting these questions from, but in answer to your question, yeah, I've seen it a few times. I've been out every now and again. Yes, and it rained quite heavily today, and I got soaked because I forgot my umbrella. Now we have, well, 3 questions in succession from Kingston LJ. He's a long time commenter on the channel, and I appreciate that, so thank you very much. That's what keeps it active. What was the first game you played? Now I had to think about this one because I weren't sure if it was a friend's Atari 2600 system I went around the house, or was in fact our ZX Spectrum as a kid. And it's a close call. It was either a Pac-Man game on the Atari 2600 or Through the Wall by Sinclair Research on 1982. Now that wasn't really a commercially released game. I'll try and put some footage up of it at the same time. But that wasn't a commercially released game. It come out on a tape that come in the original Spectrum there. Basically, it's a bit like the future of, well, Arkanoid if you went back, or Batty on the ZX Spectrum. But basically, you have to hit a ball through a wall, really. And as soon as all the bricks have disappeared, you're on to the next level. But on this one, it was exactly the same. So a very basic game, and that shows my age really, but Through the Wall on the ZX Spectrum starting tape was the first game I played. Now 2 questions, well, similar questions asked by similar people. So Kingston LJ asks, what is your favourite 8-bit game? And Interghost asks, what was your favourite ever Spectrum game? Now these are exactly the same, so let's cover them in the same answer. Again, there's lots of good ZX Spectrum games, but the one was my favourite one of all time, and I spent the most time on, and also I got hooked on, to answer another one of Kingston LJ's questions, was Attic Attack by Ultimate Play the Game in 1983. Now this is one of those games where you can control either one of 3 characters, a wizard, a serf and a knight, all have slightly different abilities. But basically, roaming around this big castle with great graphics and great screens, you have to collect 3 parts of a key, which is scattered at random. Well, I think there's only about 3 or 4 places that can turn up. But anyway, it's a handle, the middle key, the end of the key. So you have to go through this massive castle, collect the 3 bits of the key, return to where you started from, so the door, and then escape. And all the way around there's coloured keys to open different doors. It's a good one. It's a good one, and I spent ages on that. I've completed probably about 5 or 6 times, but not for a baby over a decade. So that was the my favourite 8-bit game. Check out my review on that one, although I will try and show you some gameplay in the course of this video. Attic Attack, 1983 by Ultimate. Awesome game, awesome game. And that leads on to, well, probably logically, what was your favourite 16-bit game? Now, slightly trickier. I was at probably senior school or secondary school when I was playing mainly the 16-bit games. The only 16-bit computer I really had was the Commodore Amiga, so it'd have to be on that, I think. I'm going to have to pick 2 games on this one because I spent ages on both of them. The first one, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard of, is Kickoff 2 by Anko and developed by Dino Dini in 1990. I had the World Cup version, but essentially it's not as complicated as the latest FIFA games, not by a million zillion years. Basically, it had aftertouch, different types of pitches. There was an expansion disc called The Final Whistle, but I remember playing that ages with friends. Most of the time it ended up being 0-0, but a cracking little game. Moves at breakneck speed. A lot of people later on said Sensible Soccer was better. It's okay, Sensible Soccer, but it's a slightly different game, although it is still football. Kickoff 2, Anko, 1990. Spent a lot of time on that. Great one. And also as well, about a similar time, is Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 by Gremlin Graphics. That was in 1991. Now this racing game I played the most. It narrowly pips Jeff Cram's Formula 1 Grand Prix, which is more of a simulation. This one was more pick up and play, arcadey, lots of different scenarios, forest, marsh was to come on Lotus 3, snow scenes, it was very Christmassy in the desert and mud. But basically it evolved from the first game, which if you crashed you lost all your speed, and you had an option of either doing laps on this one as the original was, or stages. Lots of great sound effects, very polished professional game. I thought it was absolutely awesome anyway. So favourite 8-bit game, Attic Attack, favourite 16-bit game, Attire, Kickoff 2 and Lotus Turbo Challenge 2. Again, I've reviewed both of those, but not with... I'm still learning a bit there, so the microphone or the sound could have been better, but it's passable. I've got a massive long video. I think it might last over an hour with the World Cup, but there you go. It might get popular. It still gets quite a lot of views, really, compared to my other videos, so obviously it's quite popular. Okay, let's... Into Ghost. What's with the hats? I'm not quite sure I understand this question. What's with the hats? I like wearing hats. What more can I say, really? I have quite a few. I started wearing them about 3 or 4 years ago, and I just like the look of them, really. And also it covers all my grey hair. I haven't gone bald yet, but if I do, it's going to be covered by the hat, isn't it, really? So I'm just thinking ahead. I'm just thinking ahead, really. How many hats do I have? Well, probably over 20. But not like this, though. A lot of them are caps. I've probably got trilbies. And fedoras, probably about 11, 12. So I've got a lot of hats. I can't tell you what's with them. I'm just addicted to wearing hats. You might have your own thing. You might have a wardrobe of 5,000 shoes, or lots of different necklaces or trousers, or... You see where I'm going with this. It's my thing. Hats is my thing. I don't think any other retro games are wearing hats. Well, they might do. But not trilbies, but they might do. But that's my thing. That's what keeps me special. Well, sort of. Maybe. I'm rambling a bit. I like wearing hats. That's what I'm trying to say. Thanks, Integos. Yes. So, next question is Kingston again. What was the first game you ever hooked on? Well, we answered that, haven't we? Attic Attack. You can tell this isn't rehearsed at all. Brilliant. Okay, no questions from Igor here, so that's quite good. I was expecting the question, are we going to get a full series of the Random Wednesday question? I don't know. That might have run its full tilt on that. We might evolve and do podcasts instead with him as a guest. I think Random Wednesday question could be series 4. We haven't decided yet, but there we go. Next question. This is from the Retro Games News. This is a quite good one as well. This is quite highbrow. Perhaps, yeah, it is quite highbrow. Is there a classic movie that you feel everybody has seen apart from you? Mine, for example, is Taxi Driver. I do watch quite a lot of films, so I'm going to have to think about this one. Classic films, I mean, things like Scarface with Al Pacino. That's a great film, but I've seen that. 2001 by Kubrick. I've seen that as well. Fistful of Dollars, that's another classic film. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and for a few dollars more. If you haven't seen any of those, I suggest you watch them. But I would have to say, I don't know how I haven't seen this film yet, but the classic movies that a lot of people have seen, which I haven't, would have to be The Godfather. I know, that shocked you, hasn't it? I haven't seen the first Godfather, Godfather 2, or Godfather 3, so I don't know if that's about babysitting or anything, but I presume it's about gangsters that wear hats. I need to watch that film. So that's the answer to that one, The Godfather. I've even seen Casablanca. If you haven't seen that, watch that one. But lots of good classic films. I haven't seen The Godfather. Why is that? Oh, there's an offer I can't refuse. Is that a line in it? Maybe. What classic films? I'll put that out to you as well. What classic films haven't you seen which everyone else has watched? Let's go next. Now, it's really cooking now. This is more of a retro gaming channel, but I do try and look at some PS3 games, although I don't own many. But let's not preempt the question. So, Lee Birch-Garth, who's another regular commentator, as all of you are, have asked these questions, so thank you. He asks, what's your favourite PS3 game? Well, as I say, I don't own that many. But I think this isn't going to be a shock to you, because I play a lot of pinball. It'd have to be the Pinball Arcade, closely followed by Zen Pinball. Yes, basically the Pinball Arcade, if you're unaware, it's by Farsight Studios, and basically what they aim to do is recreate existing tables which I've reviewed the first season at time of recording. So they recreate them digitally. So they try and make them as realistic as possible, as if you was playing the actual game. Now, of course, I've played them on the PlayStation 3. They are out on the PlayStation 4 now, and Xbox One, I believe. So they'll probably look even better on that, with better graphics and so forth. Other noticeable ones, I do own GTA 5, which I duck into every now and again, but I, as of yet, haven't produced any videos, so maybe I should do that. Everyone else seems to. Why don't I do it? I don't know. I seem to be stuck in the retro world. Right, do you play a lot of games on it? Not really. I play mainly Amiga games and Spectrum games and Game Boy Advance, really. And an occasional game on my PS Vita. Yeah, I should play more. I don't really have much time. I mean, running this channel and work takes up all my time. Maybe when I've got 2 weeks off. To be honest with you, the one game that's going to make me buy a PlayStation 4 is probably going to be Star Wars Battlefront, unless it's hopeless. But the early graphics on it and well, gameplay videos, if that is the gameplay, look quite good. So I'll probably get one then. What else does Lee ask? Do you own a lot of games for it? Well, as I sort of semi answered really. I've got Red Dead Redemption, Tomb Raider Anniversary, which I haven't really completed too much of, and a few Need for Speed games, which are all very similar to each other. I've got Most Wanted, and the one before that by Criterion. Who's that? I don't know who that's by. I've got it somewhere. Where is it? Hang on, 2 seconds, I'll get it. Where is it? Oh yeah, that was it. Hot Pursuit, that was it. That was the one. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Not too many others, not too many others. Species 2, that isn't a PlayStation game. Why did I pick up that for? Also as well, which I dip into every now and again, on PlayStation 3. I think it's like, is it? I've got this down here as well. I should have been more prepared. I probably can't find it now. It's by Sega. Oh, it's down here somewhere. Can't find it. Brilliant, Nicky. Yes, it's by Sega, and it's like Sega's greatest hits, I think, and it's basically there's about 30 games on it. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2 and 3, Golden Axe 1 and 2, so it's reproduced off the Sega Master System. A lot of good games. There's Cool Spot in there also, Streets of Rage, I think. There's some great ones. I dip in through every now and again. So in answer, no, I haven't got too many PlayStation 3 games, and the ones I've got are very retro anyway. What next? What next? Oh yes. Do you play a lot of modern games? And if so, do you think you review some, or would you prefer to keep to the current format? That one is again by Lee. Well, I can't lie. I want to get as many subscribers to this channel as possible, as does every gaming channel, especially retro. So we all try different things. Sometimes we're influenced by other channels and we try different things without trying deliberately copy. I'm not the first, for example, to do Q&A. So if it's going to bring in more views, I probably will do some modern games in the future. I don't think the time's quite right at the moment, because the difference with doing retro gameplay to modern ones. On retro gameplay, you can get away with being a bit hopeless, a bit rubbish, and talk stupid over the top. With the more modern gameplay, the modern games, you've got a slightly different audience. They expect awesome gameplay the whole time. So they won't tolerate someone falling on their arse every 2 seconds in GTA 5, or someone on F1 2015 crashing off on every corner and swearing and saying how rubbish they are and I must improve. They won't tolerate that sort of thing. On retro gaming, it's different because you've got the nostalgia value and a bit of a comfort zone, well, at least for me. So we might be coming to that. Who knows? Who knows? Probably yes, but not immediately, Lee. Thank you. God, I've had a good lot of questions this week. I am appreciative. And the last question, this one, where's all the rum gone? And that's from Jack Sparrow. Oh, well, Jack, I'm not sure about rum, but I've got a bit of Southern Comfort here, and I do believe that it's the weekend. So I'll sign out now. Thanks for all the questions, really appreciated. I hope I gave you some sensible answers, although being sensible is a bit of a struggle for me. So thanks for watching as always. As I say, this will probably be a one-off rather. No, it'd probably be not a one-off. We'll come back every now and again. Next week we might do a pilot podcast, see how that goes. So thanks for watching as always. Keep commenting, I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. What are you up to? Subscribe, you non-subscriber. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.
Goodbye.